Good morning, students. In last video we have seen about some concepts related to some basic concepts of chemistry chapter. Now I am continuing with the same chapter. Now another topic is atomic mass unit. So first we want to know what is this atomic mass unit. It is defined as the mass exactly equal to 1/12 of the mass of one atom of carbon 12 isotope. There are many isotopes related to carbon. In that carbon 12 isotope we have taken, in that 1/12 of the mass of that carbon 12 isotope is defined as the atomic mass unit. It is defined as the mass exactly equal to 1/12 the mass of one atom of the carbon 12 isotope is called atomic mass unit. One atomic mass unit. Atomic mass unit shortly given by AMU. One atomic mass unit is always equals to 1 by Avogadro number. Avogadro number is a constant number, that is 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23. Okay, so by calculating these two we will get 1.66056 into 10 to the power of minus 24 grams. 1 AMU is always equals to this many grams of substance. Nowadays AMU, atomic mass unit, has been replaced by U, that is unified mass. We can also give this AMU in the terms of U. Okay, so now we want to see another term, that is molecular mass. It is very important, listen carefully. Molecular mass is the sum of atomic mass of all the elements present in a molecule. If you take one molecule, it will be containing many elements. Each and every element is having certain atomic mass. Sum of that atomic masses of all the elements present in a molecule, that is called molecular mass. It is defined as the sum of atomic masses of all the elements present in a molecule. If you take a molecule, it will be containing more than one element. Each and every element is containing certain atomic masses. By adding all such atomic masses of elements present in that molecule can give about the molecular mass. Now we want to calculate molecular masses of given compounds. All these are molecules. All these are molecules. Now for these molecules we want to find out its molecular mass. First you want to say what are the elements present here. In CH4, this is methane. It has two elements, that is carbon and hydrogen. First we want to find out its atomic masses. Atomic masses are almost double to its atomic number, but it is not same for all the atoms. Okay, it is not applicable for all the elements, almost. Okay, if you take carbon atomic number is 6. When you double it, it becomes 12. That will be the atomic mass. Okay, atomic mass we can sometimes say it is the double of its atomic number, but not applicable for all the elements. And if you take hydrogen atomic number is 1, atomic mass is also 1. Remember, for hydrogen atomic number 1, atomic mass is also 1. If you take oxygen, atomic number is 8 and its molecular atomic mass is 16. Okay, like that for element to element the atomic masses are changing. If you know atomic masses, it becomes very easy to find out about its molecular mass. So first for this CH4 we want to find out. So here first we have to take atomic masses of carbon atomic mass is 12. Okay, only one carbon is there, you can also multiply it with 1 or you can stop with this. And we want to add, because it is sum, plus hydrogen atomic mass. What is atomic mass of hydrogen? 1 into how many hydrogens are there? 4. Okay, 1 into 4 is 4. 4 plus 12 is 16. 16 is the molecular mass of CH4. That's it. Now for H2O. For each hydrogen atomic mass is 1. 1 into 2, 2. Plus oxygen atomic mass is 16. Then we will get 18. 1 into 2, 2 plus 16, 18. Then atomic mass of C6H12O6. Atomic mass of carbon is, atomic mass of each carbon is 12. Into how many are there? 6. Plus hydrogen, next element is hydrogen. Hydrogen atomic number is 1. Into 12 are there? 12. Plus oxygen atomic mass is 16. Into how many oxygens are there? 6. By calculating all this, you will get 180 as molecular mass. Like this we will find out. This is homework question for you. You just find out molecular mass of CO2 and send the answer to me. Now here are the few problems related to average atomic mass. Average atomic mass. They have given a question. Calculate the average atomic mass of carbon from the following data. Carbon from the following data. This average atomic mass can be calculated for different types of isotopes. Can be calculated for different types of isotopes. Now we are going to find out this average atomic mass. First, they have given a data. In this data, they have mentioned about carbon isotopes. There are 3 carbon isotopes, that is C12, C13, C14, and relative abundance also they have mentioned for each isotope. And finally here they have mentioned atomic mass of each and every isotope. So based on this data, we want to find out its average atomic mass. First formula is average atomic mass is always equals to m1 x1 plus m2 x2 plus and so on mn xn divided by 100. This is the formula to calculate average atomic mass. First you want to know what is m1. This m1 is nothing but m is always relative abundance. M is always relative abundance. X is always atomic mass of each isotope. X is atomic mass, M is relative abundance for each isotope. Here they have given only 3. Then you can use the formula M1 x1 plus M2 x2 plus M3 x3 divided by 100. What is M1? Relative mass of first isotope. M2 relative mass of second isotope. M3 relative mass of third isotope. What is X1? X1 is the atomic mass. Atomic mass of first isotope, atomic mass of second isotope, atomic mass of third isotope. So you can take this value as M1, relative abundance of first isotope. This becomes the M2, this becomes the M3, and this is X1, X2 and X3. Now we'll substitute these values in the given formula. Average atomic mass unit is now equals to M1 value. What is M1? 98.892 into X1 12 plus M2 value 1.108 into X2 value is 13.00335 plus M3 value 2 into 10 to the power of minus 10 into 14.0037 317. Okay, and completely it is divided by 100. You just calculate this value and get the answer. So the answer will be almost 12.011 unified mass. So this is the average atomic mass unit of carbon isotope with the given following data. Now the next question is calculate average atomic mass of chlorine using the following data. Average atomic mass of chlorine. So here they have given chlorine isotopes, that is C35 and C37, along with percentage of natural abundance and atomic mass. So formula to find out is average atomic mass is equals to m1 x1 plus m2 x2 divided by 100. Why I have taken only m1 m2? Because they have given only 2 isotopes. Okay, here m1 value is relative abundance, but they didn't give relative abundance, they have given natural abundance. You want to convert this percentage of natural abundance into relative abundance. Okay, then the formula for this relative abundance is equals to percentage of natural abundance divided by 100. So this is the formula to find out relative abundance. So then relative abundance of Cl35 isotope is equals to its natural percentage of natural abundance, that is 75.77, that is already given in the problem, divided by 100. So by doing this you will get nearly 0.7577 value. So this is what relative abundance of Cl35. Next one, we want to find out relative abundance of C37. Then relative abundance of Cl37 is equals to its percentage of natural abundance, that is 24.23 divided by 100, which is equals to 0.2423. Now we got relative abundance of these two. This is equals to m1, this is equals to m2. m1 m2 values you know, x1 x2 already given in the problem. Then you just substitute in the above formula. Then average atomic mass is equals to m1 value, that is 0.7577 into what is x1 here is given, that is 34.6989, 34.6989 plus m2 2423 into x2 value 36.9659, 36.9659. Here need not to divide with the 100, because already while calculating m1 m2 values we have divided with 100, then need not to divide. By calculating all this you will get finally 35.427 unified mass, 427 unified mass as the final answer. So in this manner you can easily find out about the average mass unit or average atomic mass of a element present in a compound. Now our next concept is about mole. It is very important for 2 marks. Listen carefully. What is mole? Mole is the amount of substance that contains as many particles or entities are entire as they are atoms in exactly 12 grams of carbon 12 isotope. Again here they have taken a standard unit, that is carbon 12 isotope. In the 12 grams of carbon 12 isotope, whatever the total number of particles present in that substance, that defines about the mole. In 12 grams of carbon 12 isotope, whatever may be the as many as particles are present, that can give about the mole. So mole is defined as the amount of substance that can contains as many as particles in 12 grams of carbon 12 isotope. Now we want to see one more important definition, molar volume. So the volume occupied by 1 mole of gas, the volume occupied by 1 mole of gas at a standard temperature pressure, STP is known as standard temperature and pressure, is called molar volume. The volume occupied by the 1 mole of gas at standard temperature and pressure is called molar volume. Then molar mass, the mass of 1 mole of substance, the mass of 1 mole of substance in grams, the mass of 1 mole of substance in grams is called its molar mass, is called its molar mass. Okay, so these 3 definitions are important for 2 marks or 1 mark. Now we want to see the problems related to percentage composition of elements in a composition, percentage composition of elements present in a compound, elements present in a compound. Okay, a compound contains many elements. We want to find out percentage composition of such elements present in a compound. Then we can use a formula, that is percentage composition of an element present in a compound is always equals to mass of that element in compound, mass of that element in compound divided by molecular mass of the compound. We know the formula how to calculate molar mass of compound. Okay, by using that, molar mass is nothing but the sum of the atomic masses of all the elements present in a substance or a compound is called molecular mass. This molar mass we want to find out. Mass of the element is given in the question and multiply with 100, you will get percentage composition of element. Percentage composition of element is always equals to mass of that element in the compound divided by mass of the molar mass of the compound into 100. Now we'll solve the questions, then you will make it very easy. First, calculate the mass percentage of different elements present in sodium sulfate. So the formula of sodium sulfate here given. What are the two elements present here? Sodium and sulfate. Sodium and sulfate. That is sodium, sulfur and oxygen. Three elements are present. Sodium, sulfur and oxygen. Each element is having certain atomic masses. First we want to find out this molar mass. Okay. Molar mass we want to find out. So first molar mass is of Na2SO4 is equals to, what is Na? Sodium. Sodium atomic mass is 23. Sodium atomic mass is 23. How many sodiums are there? 2. So 23 into 2 plus sulfur atomic mass. Sulfur atomic mass is 32. Only one is there, need not to multiply, plus oxygen atomic mass is 16 into how many oxygens are there? 4. So by calculating all this you will get 142 gram per mole. So this is the molar mass of Na2CO3. Now you want to find out about its molar mass of each and every element. Three elements are there here: sodium, sulfur and oxygen. First percentage composition, percentage of sodium is equals to, how many sodiums are there? 2 sodiums. Each sodium atomic mass 23 into 2 46, that is its mass, divided by molar mass. Divided by what we want to take? Molar mass. What is molar mass? We have found 142 into what we want to do? 100. By multiplying all this you will get 32.39%. 32.39%. This is the mass percentage of sodium. Then we want to find out for the second element, that is mass percentage of sulfur. Mass percentage of sulfur is now equals to its weight in the compound, that is just 32, divided by molar mass of the compound. What is molar mass of compound? 142 into 100, that is equals to 22.54%. Okay, then mass percentage of third element. What is third element in the compound? Oxygen. What is the weight of oxygen present in the compound? 16 into 4. What is 16 into 4? 64. This is mass of the oxygen, divided by molar mass of the substance. What is molar mass? 142 into 100, and you will get here 45.07%. So this is about the mass percentage of each element present in the compound Na2SO4. Like this, if a compound is given, based on that you can easily find out its mass percentages or percentage composition of that element. Now we'll see one more problem related to mass percentage. Calculate percentage composition of hydrogen and oxygen in water. Two elements present in water. What is water? H2O. We have two elements, hydrogen and oxygen. We want to find out percentage composition of hydrogen and oxygen. First, molar mass of water we want to find out. Molar mass of water. What is hydrogen atomic mass? 1 into, how many are there? 2. 1 into 2 plus oxygen atomic mass is 16. Totally its molar mass is 18 gram per mole. Okay, molar mass we know. We want to find out percentage composition of first element. What is first element? Hydrogen. Atomic mass of hydrogen is 2. Okay, divided by total molar mass of that element. What is molar mass of this compound? 18 into 100. You will get 11.18%. Okay, that is percentage composition of hydrogen present in this water. So hydrogen is over. Now next element is oxygen. Percentage composition of oxygen is equals to mass of that element. What is that element mass? 16, divided by molar mass. What is molar mass of water? 18 into 100, you will get 88.79%. This is the molar mass or mass composite percentage of hydrogen and oxygen present in a compound. So based on the same formula, you just try to find out the third one. Calculate the percentage composition of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen present in C2H5OH. First to find out molar mass of this one and then substitute in the formula, that is percentage composition of element is equals to mass of that element in compound divided by molar mass of compound into 100. So molar mass first you want to find out, then you can easily find out percentage composition of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen present in this compound. And this question is homework for you. Just do it and send me the answer. Now we'll see the next concept of this chapter, that is empirical formula and molecular formula. So based on this, compulsory you'll get a problem for 3 marks, numerical compulsory from this concept for 3 marks. First we want to see what is molecular empirical formula. Empirical formula is the simplest formula which represent the simplest whole number ratio of various atoms present in a compound. If you take a compound, various atoms are present, so that atom's number can be represented in simplest whole number ratio. So atom's number can be represented in whole number ratio. The simplest whole number ratio of various atoms present in a compound is nothing but its empirical formula. It represents the simplest whole number ratio of various atoms present in a compound is nothing but its empirical formula. Then molecular formula, it shows the exact number of different types of atoms. Okay, here we are not representing in ratio, exact number of different types of atoms present in a molecule is known as molecular formula. So in a molecular formula we can represent exact number of atoms present in that molecule. So then molecular formula equals to empirical formula into n. Empirical formula already we know, so by multiplying with n you will get the molecular formula. First you want to know what is n. N equals to molar mass of compound divided by empirical formula mass. Molar mass of compound divided by empirical formula mass. Empirical formula is different from empirical formula mass. This is empirical formula. From that you want to find out empirical formula mass. Here is the problem related to finding of empirical formula and molecular formula. A compound contains 4.07% of hydrogen, 24.47% of carbon and 71.65% of chlorine. Its molecular mass is 98.96 gram per mole. What are its empirical formula and molecular formula? Molar mass they have given. This is molar mass. Okay, molar mass where we can use while finding of n value. Okay, first we want to find out empirical formula, then empirical formula mass. So first we will find out empirical formula. To find out empirical formula, this is the table what we want. So first we want to know what are the elements present and percentage composition, atomic masses of elements. Then divide the percentage composition with atomic mass. You will get some values. Finally divide the value, whatever the values will get, divide that with smallest of them. Okay, whatever the smallest is there, with them we want to divide it. Finally rounding off. So first find out elements. What are the elements here? We have given hydrogen, carbon, chlorine. Okay, first I am writing carbon, hydrogen, chlorine. In any way of you can write carbon, I have mentioned hydrogen and chlorine. What is percentage composition of carbon given? Carbon percentage composition is 24.47. Hydrogen percentage is 4.07. Right here. Next, what we want to write? Chlorine percentage composition. Chlorine percentage composition is 71.65. We have all the percentage composition. What we want to write next? Atomic masses. Atomic mass of carbon you know, that is 12. Atomic mass of hydrogen is 1. Atomic mass of chlorine is 35.5. This we want to know. Next, percentage composition divided by atomic mass. What is percentage composition here? 24.47 divided by atomic mass 12. By dividing this, you will get 2.02. 2.02. Next, these two we want to divide. 4.07 divided by 1, that is equals to 4.07. Next, 71.65 divided by 35.5, that is equals to, you will get 2.01. Among the three, what is the smallest one? This is 2.02, 4.07, 2.01. 2.01 is the smallest one. Now divide all the three with the smallest number. 2.02 divided by 2.01 equals to almost 1. Next, 4.07 divided by 2.01 equals to 2.02. Next, 2.01 should be divided with the same number. You will get 1. Then here is 1, and by rounding of this digit you will get 2, and here 1. That means carbon is an empirical formula we are writing. Empirical formula is now equals to, only one carbon is there. Directly you will write C. Hydrogens next. How many hydrogens are left? 2. Number you got here 2, you have to write here 2. And Cl only 1. You can leave like this, Cl. Now we got empirical formula. By using that, can we find out empirical formula mass? Easily we can find out. Empirical formula mass is equals to, what is atomic mass of carbon? Formulaಗೆ ಇವಾಗ ಮಾಸ್ನೇ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಫಾರ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಅಟಾಮಿಕ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಇಸ್ 12 ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಈಚ್ ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ 1 ಇಂಟು 2 ಪ್ಲಸ್ 35.5 ಈಕ್ವಲ್ಸ್ ಟು 49.5. This is empirical formula mass. Next, molar mass, molecular mass we want to find out. Before that, you want to know what is N. N value you know. N equals to molar mass of a compound divided by empirical formula mass. Molar mass is already given in the problem. 98.86. Sorry, 96. Divided by empirical formula mass. Divided by N equals to molar mass of a compound divided by empirical formula mass. Empirical formula mass equals to 49.5. By dividing these two, you will get nearly 1.99, which is almost equal to 2. This is what N value. Now we want to find out molecular formula. This molecular formula is equals to empirical formula into N. What is empirical formula? This is empirical formula. You just write this, CH2Cl into N value. What is N value got here? 2 into 2. By multiplying this, you will get C into C1 irutte. C1 into 2, C2. H2 into 2, H4. Cl nothing is there, means here 1 is present. Cl1 into 2 is Cl2. This is molecular mass of the given compound. Like this we will find out empirical formula. So not molecular mass, molecular formula. Like this you will find out molecular mass and molecular formula and empirical formula. Now here are few problems related to empirical formula and molecular formula. The second one is exactly same that of first one. So you just do it as homework, for homework, and find out molecular formula and molecular formula of the compound. So to find out molecular formula, first you want to know empirical formula, then empirical formula mass, multiply that empirical formula with N, you will get molecular formula. Then, so third one, a little bit different than the first and second one, so I am going to explain this. Determine the molecular formula of oxide of iron. This is iron oxide, in which the mass percentage they have given of iron and oxygen. Mass percentage of iron is 69 grams. Mass percentage of oxygen is 30, this is 69.9, and 30.1 is the mass percentage of oxygen. So these two they have given, and molar mass of iron oxide is also given here. Atomic masses of iron and oxygen is also given in the problem itself. Based on that, you want to find out molecular mass as well as molecular formula and empirical formula. First, write down this table. First, you want to write elements present here, percentage composition, atomic mass, then value of percentage composition and atomic mass. This ratio, so this value you want to write down. And then simplest ratio, what you will get, you want to write down. Then whole number ratio you want to write. Simplest ratio and whole number ratio. First, write down elements. Elements only two. One is iron, other one is oxygen. Iron symbol is Fe. Oxygen symbol is O. Iron, percentage composition. Percentage of iron is 69.9. Next, percentage of oxygen is 30.1. Then write atomic mass of iron, 55.85. What is atomic mass of oxygen given? 16.00. Then divide these two values. 69.9 divided by 55.85 equals to, you will get 1.25 nearly. Then this value, these two values, 30.1 divided by 16.00, will get 1.88 value. Okay, now among these two, what is simplest one? 1.25. Divide this value, these two values, with the simplest number. If you divide these two, 1.25, 1.25 equals to 1. If you divide this 1.88, we want to divide this with the simplest number, 1.25, you will get 1.5. Here you are not getting exactly more than 5 or less than 5, it is equals to 5. If it is in this manner, you want to multiply these two with 2 because it is nearer to 2. So you want to divide these two with the 2 to get whole number ratio. 1 into 2 equals to 2. 1.5 into 2 equals to 3. You will get this. That means iron in 2, oxygen is in 3. Then empirical formula is equals to Fe is in 2, oxygen is in 3, Fe to O3. Then empirical formula mass, empirical formula of mass of Fe2O3 equals to atomic mass of Fe. What is atomic mass of Fe? 55.85. 2 irons are there, multiply it with 2 plus atomic mass of oxygen. Atomic mass of oxygen is 16 into 3 oxygens are there, 3. Then by multiplying these completely, you will get 159.7 gram per mole as empirical formula mass. Then you want to find out N. N is equals to molar mass of substance. What is molar mass of substance? 159.8 divided by empirical formula mass, that is 159.7, which is almost equals to 1. N value is 1. Then molecular formula is equals to empirical formula into N. What is empirical formula? Fe2O3. N value is 1. N value is 1. Then molecular formula is exactly Fe2O3. For the given question, both empirical formula and molecular formula is same. Like this, we will find out empirical formula and molecular formula, which is very important for 3 marks. So that is about the empirical formula and molecular formula and how to find out.